Well, of course, no one wants to offend people on purpose, but when it comes to describing people with disabilities, it's sometimes hard to know what to say. Tonight in a story you'll only see on CBS 11 News, Lauren Maxwell tells us why choosing the right words is so important.
And where I started getting called the bad names was junior high and high school.
Faye Peace hasn't been in school for many years, but she still remembers the day she hid in her closet so she wouldn't have to face the taunts of her classmates.
And then Mom comes up and was putting laundry away, and she says, "Faye Marie, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to sit in my closet, not going to school, and I'm going to stay here because I'm a retard. I know nothing, not going to school."
Faye did go to school that day after her parents convinced her she had nothing to be ashamed of and was as good as anyone else. Today, she's proved that many times. She has a job, her own condo, and is recently married. But not every child who gets a negative label early in life can let it go so easily.
They're already struggling. They're already being told that they're in a special class. They're already being told about the things that they can't do. And when we label them with names, that just becomes their future.
Gwendolyn Lee is the executive director of the Arc of Anchorage, and she's pushing for a new way to describe people with disabilities that's called People First language.
The person has to come first. The disability is just a piece of who they are, not all of who they are.
And she wants the public to get on board.
The best advice when you don't know what to say is to think people first. For example, Johnny has brain damage as opposed to Johnny is brain damaged, or Susan uses a wheelchair as opposed to Susan is wheelchair bound.
It's a way of not phrasing things that people see them as being their condition.
Becky Bronstein is with the Stone Soup Group, a nonprofit that helps families who have children with disabilities. She's a big believer in the power of people first language. In fact, she says she'd like to see more people with disabilities using it themselves.
It's kind of a form of advocacy that you can use every day, say, no, I'm not a special needs person, I'm not a disabled person, I'm a person who has a disability. I mean, it's just a simple thing you can do to kind of empower yourself.
And one more thing that anyone can do is to speak up when someone uses language that offends.
You have to say, "This isn't right. This offends me." If I hear it in conversation, I will say that.
Because putting people first means taking a stand, and sometimes we owe that to each other. Lauren Maxwell, CBS 11 News.